Just when you thought it was all over, they always come back for more. Nothing truly stays dead forever. The witching hour is upon us, and time is running out. It's a race against the clock and against the undead. This is the Venom month of horrors for Corona Fever.
He needs to brush his teeth too, Jesus Christ. Looked like to get ready to rot out of his head. Actually, we should look this guy up. He may, ironically, be in prison at this point.
He may be in the news, yeah.
2 or 3 years now.
You know, YouTube is a wonderful creation and a really powerful platform. I mean, you can just make content from home, anywhere in the world, and post it for all to see. It's a blessing and a curse. And the more that YouTube progressed over the years, it's almost become as big as television. I mean, the positive is almost anyone can make a movie now. But the downside is, almost anyone can make a movie now. And yeah, they really made a sequel to this, because wasn't there just such a high demand for another one? The sad thing is, it premiered again on Nickelodeon, and it still pulled in 5.7 million viewers, making it the 6th most watched show that week, which is still insane numbers. Naturally, people hated the movie, but thought it wasn't nearly as bad as the original. So, that being said...
Wait, Rob!
Huh? Who are you?
I'm the critical kid, you know? Remember? You know, critical kid, the guy who does books versus films? Ring a bell? Well, anyway, are you seriously reviewing another Fred movie after the suffering that you had from the first Fred movie?
Well... maybe it's not as bad as the first one. Maybe it's like Terminator 2.
You're insane. You're really insane. You know what? You need help. You really do need help.
Oh, you want to watch it with me?
No.
Hey, it's Fred!
And I already hate myself for watching it. Where was the appeal for Fred again? I don't get it!
My life is a horror movie. It's so scary!
Which is exactly why I have to spend my biggest series of the year watching this bollocks.
I'm so scared! And you'll be too once you hear about it. You'll be scared and scarred. Scared!
Which is basically the same feelings I get when watching these movies.
That's a new word I just made up. Scared and scarred combined, which is what you'll be. I'm gonna go get a snack.
3 films! A Bug's Life didn't get a sequel yet, but this jackass got 2!
Anyway, it turns out that Fred and Judy broke up since the last movie, which makes Fred's efforts to get with Judy in the first movie entirely pointless.
And Pixie Lot clearly got too famous since the last film, so they couldn't even get her back for this dream sequence. Oh yeah, we're 80 seconds in and we already have a fantasy sequence. Brace yourselves!
Well, we'll always have the party where you threw up on me, Fred, now won't we?
Excuse me while I go bleach my eyes out.
Wow. She's hot. Wait, so the music was composed by a guy called Bottom. Yeah, and the first one was directed by a dude called Wiener. Fantastic. These 2 films were literally made by Arse and Dick.
All we need now is for Courtney Cox to star in the next movie, and this whole collection of inappropriate names will soon be completed.
So this is Fred's music teacher, Mr. Devlin, played by Seth Morris. who's actually been in some pretty big films, so the fact that he gave this movie the time of day is astounding. But we later find out that he's completely innocent. Yeah, this film also suffers from Home Alone 4 syndrome. Why does he keep acting and sounding so sinister with everything he says?
Where's Mrs. Felsen?
Oh, it was her time to move on.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this to be good, but it's amazing!
Oh, nice to know he's still using this ridiculously irritating catchphrase. Stop it! It wasn't even funny the first time.
I'm so scared about what happened after school today. Someone followed me, a stalker.
Says the guy who stalked Judy in the first movie.
But here, have a baby in Fred's face. Hilarious. So basically, Fred is suspicious that Mr. Devlin is a vampire, and it doesn't help his case that he has an umbrella out during a hot summer's day. Because we have to make him look as evil as possible to throw people off the obvious plot twist now, don't we?
But it turns out that Pixie Lott isn't the only one who wanted to be out of this movie, because they recast Jeanette McCurdy's role as well.
And she's replaced by Trina from Victorious. Did they just ask around the Nickelodeon dressing room and she was the only one desperate enough for the cash?
Alright, shameful confession time. I would definitely ship Fred and Talia. I don't know what it is, but I like how they're so cute together.
Thank you.
And then we cut to... Yes, it's Kevin! The one guy who makes Fred's life hell! Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to be rooting for him, but we do anyway. So we cut to another fantasy where Fred and Kevin duel it out, but... yeah, nobody really cares. I mean, the joke is that Kevin is a terrible singer and Fred apparently isn't, even though he's worse. And you can tell that Kevin's intentionally singing bad, but Kevin's cool and Fred isn't. They've got it all backwards.
Usually the bow comes after the piece.
Oh, we do things a little bit different around here.
We make comedy unfunny. But where exactly is Judy? I mean, I know they broke up, but I mean, she still has to go to school, right? It's just weird that she miraculously vanishes off the face of the earth. And hey, Fred and Talia, you know, the stalker girl, they're suddenly become buddies. I guess they exchanged stalking tips and really hit it off. But weirdly, Talia seems to have the ability to teleport. Is she imaginary too? I mean, his dad, Durf, Talia. I'm beginning to think Fred has chronic schizophrenia. I'm actually quite concerned.
What the HE double hockey sticks is going on here?
Okay, who the hell says this anymore? Even in 2011, how is it this outdated? But hey, Talia is a ghost now.
Where are you from?
I was born in ancient times, 1986.
Okay. Alright, that was funny.
Wait a minute. Did we just laugh
I think so.
at what Fred did?
Nope. No.
It's gotta be a joke.
Yeah, no one saw it. It's fine. But hey, at least they got Fred and Kevin's mums back for the terrible sequel.
And for some creepy guy who's clearly out to destroy my musical confidence. What am I gonna do?
You're gonna go, that's what you're gonna do.
He's back! He's back!
Dad!
You're gonna go, find out everything there is to know about this guy. He's a wrong dude, I can feel it.
I knew it! That's just what I was thinking!
This cottage cheese is also wrong. Throw it out.
What movie? I mean, what movie with John Cena in it would not be... okay, yeah, sure, Playing with Fire is a crap film, but still, point stands, John Cena is awesome.
Wait, Dad!
You can't see me!
Yeah, I can.
Alright, what do you want?
God damn it!
Huh?
You know what? I don't even care. John Cena's amazing.
Although, why do I get the feeling that Sunny D would later regret putting a plug in this movie?
So we get another scene of Kevin embarrassing himself by singing. Yeah, apparently it's just as funny as it was the first 200 times.
Honestly, I can't even tell which is the worst singer between these two schmucks.
Then his mum hits on Mr. Devlin. And yes, we're gonna make you watch it too.
You taught him that? That is unbelievable. So much talent to teach young kids. As a single person, I totally respect that. Hi, I'm Hilda Figglehorn.
Ah, hello-ski. Jake Devlin.
Hello, Ski yourself. You know my son, Ferdinand, eh?
I don't know if I do.
Liar! You know me, you're my teacher.
I'm just kidding, Ferd.
Oh my
Yes, I
gosh. That's too funny. You are too funny. Isn't he too funny, Fred?
No! But it turns out that Fred's stalker Talia is actually Kevin's sister. What a twist! Even though we then get a montage of Fred as a kid and somehow not remembering that his long life arch nemesis had a sister this entire time.
What?
Oh, there it is. Well done, guys. It took 16 minutes before some Nickelodeon dumbass in a studio somewhere is like, let's make Fred scream in a high-pitched voice because it's really funny. It was never funny. It was something Lucas Cruikshank did as a joke because he got drunk one day and then took some acid and LSD and he was like, you know what would be funny? Let's just do this for a laugh. And then some 12-year-old girls were like, yeah, let's hit like on the keyboard, let's hit like. And then it went viral. And then that guy who puts everyone in videos and I can't even remember his name. He's not famous anymore. I'll put a caption here. But he like promoted him. And then Nickelodeon came along and they said, hey, let's make this guy famous. And then we got 3 more movies. And then Fred died. And now Lucas Cruikshank is underrated because he actually makes good content now. But no one cares.
Are you okay?
Okay, that was funny. And then he immediately ruins it. Stop it! And then we get more singing. Yep. They're singing again. I don't even know what to say anymore. How did this even get to paper? How did this bollocks even pass the pitching stage?
There's something up with that man's name. Devlin. You switch around the letters, you get devil with an extra N. Huh? You see what I'm saying? Pretty weird, right? Let's figure this out. Devlin. Devlin. Devil. The devil. Devil. Devlin. The devil in. The devil. The devil in. The devil. Devil in. Whatever. There's something there. I'm gonna work on that.
Okay, we get it.
And then he gets out his invisibility cloak. Yeah, because it was so funny the first time!
Yeah, I bet this is what Harry Potter fans got after buying this off Wish.com.
I don't even get it. It clearly didn't work in the first film, so why does he try it again here? Even his stupidity, the easiest form of comedy ever, doesn't work!
Oh my gamma, what was he burying in his backyard? And was that Mrs. Felson's cat? Did he murder her for her cat?
Fred, who are you talking to down there?
No one. Jeez, I'm starving.
Okay, that was funny. He's like absolutely petrified that his teacher could be a vampire, and then he immediately forgets that because he's hungry. Alright, well played, movie.
Mrs. Felson?
What?
What are you doing in my pancake?
Fred, I can't hear you, but I need to warn you about Devlin.
What?
What?
What do you have to warn me about?
So Mr. Devlin then shows up and removes his face to reveal a mosquito. How the hell do you even come up with something like this? It's not even funny for how weird and random it is. Randomness can be funny, but here it just doesn't work. It's just stupid and it's practically begging you to laugh. It's quite sad.
So we get another flashback to Kevin bullying Fred as a kid, and okay, are you seriously telling me that Fred never saw Kevin on the roof before he started throwing water balloons at him?
Dumbass.
So Fred starts to eat some off-brand Count Chocula cereal. I'm guessing that the studio couldn't afford any other product placement at this point after that Sunny D one.
And the next fantasy sequence is a Twilight parody.
Yeah, I guess that the writers thought that this would age more like fine wine, but it aged more like sour milk and rotten eggs.
The thing is, Fred as Jacob is actually pretty funny, and he fits the part, both being stalkers and all, and then he even turns into that squirrel dog thing. Alright, that is pretty funny.
Yeah, it would have been funny if only they didn't steal from Vampire Sucks. Yeah, and when you start to steal from a parody movie, you know you're doing something wrong.
You can tell someone's a vampire because they can't go in direct sunlight, they can't see their own reflection, and aside from crosses, they don't like silver, garlic, and most importantly,
they don't sparkle.
they cannot come into your house unless you invite them in.
Yes! They got it right! Fred got vampires more accurate than Twilight. Just let that sink in.
Hello, Ski.
Oh, stop that, for the love of God!
So Fred's mom is out on a date with Mr. Devlin, but Fred and Bertha decide to keep an eye on them.
So Bertha pretends to be a waitress, Fred pretends to be a staff member, the movie pretends to be entertaining, and then one of the staff members is that dude from Bruce Almighty who got the monkey out of his ass. He really needs a new agent. So Fred is so confident that he's capable of making any dish taste amazing, he bets the chef that he's able to even do it with the waiter's sock. This is a real movie. With a real budget, real producers, real director, real lighting team, real distributors. This movie was funded. I am watching a grown adult YouTuber pretending to be a teenager stuffing food ingredients inside a sock. What am I doing with my life?
I will have the T-bone steak. Ooh. Extra, extra rare.
So, like, super rare.
Like, bloody.
Oh no! He wants his steak extra bloody! That means he must be a member of the undead! Their ignorance isn't even funny! It's just stupid! It's annoying! And it makes the plot twist even dumber! No, for real, this entire sequence is just Mr. Devlin making a million vampire double meanings while Fred cooks a sock! And yes, he makes it taste good. Wonderful. Glad we got that conclusion.
Now I'm questioning whether or not I should ship Fred and Bertha or Talia and Fred. I really can't decide. Do you have an opinion, Rob?
I'd ship Fred to the junkyard. It just makes him even more unlikable. Bertha makes it so obvious she likes him, for some reason. Just date her, you moron!
Oh, you're too kind.
So we get even more scenes to make Devlin look like a guilty-ass, cold-blooded murderer before John Cena takes Fred to WWE SmackDown.
And his father, Dead Figglehorn!
This is really happening. Wouldn't it have been funny if the fans just disobeyed direction and started chanting, Fred sucks, Fred sucks?
Yeah, how much do you want to bet that this scene was just added in only because John Cena really had a tight shooting schedule?
He and Fred literally have a match with Kevin and Devlin. And it goes on for way too long. But, I mean, it's so absurd, it's almost brilliant. Almost. All right, let's not get carried away.
Oh my gamut!
They're vampires, son. In the words of Vince McMahon, expect the unexpected.
And obvious dubbing is obvious. I mean, why not, I guess? They have John Cena. He was at a WWE event. Why not just put Fred in there? They saw the opportunity and they took it. Who cares if it makes no sense?
Please don't bite my neck!
Ew! I'm not gonna bite you!
You aren't?
No! That's disgusting! The other vampires would think we're dating.
Oh, I thought you were gonna turn me undead!
No! Someone else could do it. I just want you dead.
Well, that's a relief!
Damn it, why is this funny? And why is this sequence still going? And then the movie just carries on like nothing happened. So Mr. Devlin now wants to do a blood drive because vampire. The thing is, yeah, Devlin has an umbrella in broad daylight, but his hand is clearly in the sunlight. Fred's just a moron. But no time for that. The man himself is back.
I'm talking about Devlin.
You gotta suck his blood. Suck his blood before he sucks yours. Grab his head like this. Turn his neck sideways like this.
God damn it, he's unbelievable.
Can I watch that for 2 hours straight?
So Devlin starts to teach Bertha some music and the score indicates he's evil. Yes, he's so evil. He is an evil b****. He puts milk in first when he makes the tea. He's that nasty and demonic. This plot has been done 1,000,000 times before. But hey, Durf is back. Because he was such a vital part of the first movie.
What do you want me to call him? I'm so confused, Mom.
I just want you to be on time for the recital.
Oh, I'll be right on time.
Why are you talking like that? Are you pretending you're in a movie or something?
Yeah, more or less, but not a good movie.
So Fred shows up at the recital prepared to kill a vampire. But oh no, Devlin has no reflection and Kevin is a vampire. This is totally happening for real. And then they have a mid-air fight. I hate that this actually looks kind of cool.
I'm so confused, Mom.
So Devlin uses Talia as bait before Fred kills him. And what a shock, it's a dream sequence. Then he shows up for realsies and embarrasses himself. What a surprise. Do they ever get tired of this? Who cares? Talia ditches Fred. Good. So Devlin invites Fred to dinner at his house. Like, without his mum there. What teacher does this? And he's trying to make sure he doesn't look creepy and guilty. But Fred has the perfect plan. To live stream the entire dinner to prove that he's right about the guy, which is actually quite a cool idea. Except cameras have a mirror inside, which is how it's reflected onto the lens. And therefore, if he's a vampire, even if you catch him or whatever, he won't be recorded on the camera. So this is actually a terrible idea, and I'll take it back. Fred's a dumbass.
So Fred's classmates start to watch the stream, but okay, why is the black guy watching the whole entire video on his laptop in the bathroom? Is he beating it while... You know what? Never mind. Let's just move on.
To be fair, there actually is a lot of decent suspense here, but why didn't he just use a GoPro instead? Then he wouldn't have to keep getting his phone out every time. And if you're going to say, oh no, if he had a GoPro on his ear, Devlin would have noticed the camera. Bollocks! Does this movie really care about believability?
Though I will say, despite all the crap that this movie has given us, the guy who plays Mr. Devlin is actually pretty good. I mean, he's not perfect, but you can tell that he's given it his all, and it's a real shame that he's in this movie when he could be in better movies.
Oh my damn it, he's killed someone named Kimchi, and now he expects me to eat her. I don't want to eat a dead body. What am I gonna do?
Okay, this whole tone went from Hannibal Lecter to Scooby-Doo in a matter of seconds.
And everyone warns Fred to not go where he's headed. You know what? It actually is really suspenseful. It's just this has been done 1,000,000 times before.
So Fred walks into the place where Carol Baskins killed her husband and discovered the horrifying truth of Mr. Devlin.
Figglehorn. Figglehorn, turn around.
Wait. How the hell can they see what's behind Fred? See what I mean? Just have a GoPro. None of it makes sense.
We see Mr. Devlin pulling back the curtains to reveal that he is dressed like a vampire, and a ridiculous looking one at that. But hey, at least it looks less silly than Gary Oldman's Dracula.
But of course, Fred drops his phone in shock and the stream gets interrupted so nobody can see that Devlin isn't a complete nutball. What are the chances?
And I will also give credit for this scene as well. It's actually a very sweet moment as Mr. Devlin and Fred actually bond together while sharing a meal. It shows that these two have some common ground, and it's actually a very touching scene as well.
No! It's still weird! It doesn't explain why he's acted like a psychopath the entire time before this. Paedophile. Alright, so it turns out that Devlin lost his father too, and everyone thinks they're both weird, so they have that in common. But they are both weird. And both weirdo stalkers. No! It's not sweet! This is two creepy perverts bonding over being creepy perverts! But of course, Fred becomes popular again for the live stream, everyone thinks he's a hero, and Talia forgives him because she's a gold-digging hoe. And even Kevin likes him now, awesome!
But Mr. Devlin is devastated that everyone thinks he's a weirdo.
Because he is a weirdo!
Shut up. And he cancels the class the very next day. We see Fred going to apologize to Mr. Devlin, but he's too distraught over it. Seriously, somebody better give this guy an Oscar. He is way too good for this movie.
Hey, Mom. What's all this?
Only time I ever had a decent relationship with a man. Treated me with respect.
You had one date! And Mr. Devlin wants to move! Yeah, he sells his house and he plans to move out of town! You all need to calm down! So now Fred plans to convince everyone that he is the vampire just so they'll lay off Devlin. Awesome. Does this mean another montage? So Kevin can't find his sister anywhere, but of course sees Devlin's silhouette polishing a sword and believes that he's kidnapped her. But I will admit, the teen's getting ready to fight a vampire. This is actually kind of cool. Shut up. And they actually managed to make Fred as a vampire creepy and eerie. Granted, Fred as his normal self was already creepy and eerie, but still, shut up.
Okay, that was funny.
And Kevin being a complete pussy is absolutely hilarious.
Take this stake and just drive it into Fred's heart.
Why do I have to do it? Why can't we get a grown-up to do it or something?
This is your sister, and it's because you and Talia have the same blood. So
why would that have to do with it?
You have to do it. You're the only one that can do it.
And that perfectly sums up most vampire films or television shows. And then he stakes Fred, which looks amazing.
Holy crap. I mean, for real, look at all that blood. Bear in mind, this was made by Nickelodeon. The Nickelodeon. The same network that banned Crybaby Lane for supposedly being too scary for kids. So does that mean that Nickelodeon finally grew a backbone? Because if so, well done, Nick.
I do love how Fred always manages to pull these schemes out of his arse though on such short notice. But this just reminds me that we need more John Cena in this film. But hey, Devlin moves away anyway, so the entire third act was completely pointless.
Nah, I don't really think there's a future there.
No?
No. I mean, I need a woman who's going to challenge me a little more.
So, Fred toys with Bertha's feelings for 2 films now, and then still doesn't get with her anyway. This series!
And also, what the hell is up with that edit?
Oh, and look! Devlin actually doesn't have a reflection. He is a real vampire after all!
What a twist!
Except, he's going out in broad daylight!
Just be glad that they spared us the last minute of audio when he finally lets out his final scream.
And that was Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred.
And though it's not as bad as the first movie...
Oh, no.
It's still pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. It does have a lot more funny moments than the original, but that doesn't mean it's good. It's one of the most overdone, cliched storylines in existence, and it's still Fred just being, well, Fred. Annoying and irritating and impossible to root for. Maybe he can be funny in short spurts, but for a 90-minute story, just no. It's painful, and although it's an improvement, it's still a massive bunch of cow dung.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that point. I could see a shred of improvement was made to this movie, but that's it. Only a shred. Regardless whether it's better than the first movie, we still can agree on one thing. It's an unholy creature of the night that needs to have a stake driven through its heart.
So...
Rob? Are you okay? Where are you going? Come back!
What do you want? What do you want from me?